Hello everyone, back up here in my home state of Minnesota for a little trip. Thought we'd run on over to Highway 38, run up there and see some of the lakes, some of the little twisties and some of the corners there. Should be a good little ride, so stick along and have a good adventure together. Well, it sure does feel good to be back up here in northern Minnesota again. Been quite a trip coming back up home here. We're going to shoot down south here now, Highway 38, heading back towards Grand Rapids. There's some nice little corners in here, some nice little views, pretty lakes along the way. Just ride along here and look at some of this beautiful scenery of northern Minnesota. Have a good ride. Yeah, this trip right here actually began a week ago. I left Ohio over there by Pittsburgh. I live right on the eastern border of Ohio. And I started heading home. And I took off Friday after work. And my plan was to come across the northern part of Michigan, cross the Mackinac Bridge and come up in there, go through Marquette. But I was going to stop in Mackinac City because that was about a good 6.5, 7 hour ride from my hometown there. And I took off, like I said, right after work. You gotta watch their front tires there. He's stopped now. And I took off, like I said, right after work. And started heading back up. And I got about 30 miles outside of Mackinac City. Like, I'll just keep going all the way to Mackinac City there and get a hotel room there. Because stupid old me, I'm sitting there thinking, there's no way that there's not a hotel room along this route. To be able to get a hotel room after COVID-19 and everything, there's going to be hotel rooms galore. No problem, Ryan. Just get up there and pick whichever one you come to first. Well, guess what? I pull in to Mackinac City and there was not a hotel room to be had anywhere in that town. And I stopped into this little place. There was like 3 people in front of me, and when it came to my turn, I asked her. She said, "Sorry, I just sold my last room." She said, "But I know there's one room left in town, and it's this little place over here. You got to go over there, and I'll call them right now and tell them that there's people on the way." She said, "But there's also other people on the way over there." So I got on my bike and headed over there. It's about 9:30, and I get over there and it's this little itty bitty place, and I was there and I said, "Oh, you got a room?" She said, "Yeah, we have a room." So okay. And so I grabbed my card and everything like that, and she said, "That'll be $499. I said, $499 for a little motel room?" And she's like, "Yep." Man, I said, "I don't need a hotel room here in Mackinac City that bad for $500. So I said no thanks, and I got back on my bike. And I headed back out. I crossed over the Mackinac Bridge, which was really kind of a bummer because what my plan was to film that at like 6:30 in the morning as the sun was coming up and film it going across there, and just do a really nice cinematic job of the Mackinac Bridge there. So I crossed the Mackinac Bridge and I got over there into St. Ignace. No hotel rooms there either. I started along my way, heading over there towards Marquette, and I went across the northern part of Michigan. Now you got to remember, when I'm heading over here now it's 10:30, 11 o'clock, midnight. I'm going down these roads up in the UP of Michigan, and I'm seeing deer, saw a couple bears. I don't know, there's moose up there too. I didn't see any moose, but needless to say, you're just kind of putting, and you definitely got a death grip because you're looking for these animals everywhere. Well, I finally get over there, and I can't remember the name of this little town I made it to. And I was talking to my brother back in Minnesota, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, you know, screw it, I'm just gonna pull over here and I'm gonna sleep on the ground. I said, because it's too scary to keep going with all these animals and everything around here at night. And I said, I'm just gonna sleep right on the ground here for 3-4 hours and then take back off. He said, no. He said, we got a hold of a hotel here. It's about 5 miles in front of you here. There's one room left. Well, I went over to that one hotel over there, and I didn't see it at first, so I turned around. I went to the wrong place, and my brother calls me back. And he said, she called and she said that she just saw you go by. So I went back over there, and I got that little hotel room there. And it was the last hotel room, and that had to been, from Mackinac City to where I was, had to been about 150 miles. And that was the only hotel room along that stretch. My brother and his wife, like I said, they were calling for a couple hours in front of me trying to find a place to stay. But no, not a single place to stay. I just thought that was poor planning on my part for sure. But yeah, so much for everybody staying at home and not doing, you know, going out and having a little vacation here. It's definitely, the UP of Michigan was booked up last weekend. So I made it all the way home here, and go down here. And, we had the burial services for my father and my grandfather, which was, you know, it's a hard thing to do, but we did that. And you know, I can't thank enough for the Legion Riders out of Keewatin. They came down there, the Post 452. They came down, and there must have been, you know, this is on a Monday at noon, and there was close to 15 motorcycles that rode down there with my brother and myself. And I tell you, they were, you know, veterans there. They were very patriotic and, you know, very respectful people to ride with there. And I thought that was a very touching thing to do. And I was very appreciative of them for doing that. But we got down there, and you know, my mom was there too. You know, you always see on the different videos and things like that, you'll see, what do we got going on here? Somebody's pulling over for something here. Uh-oh. Something going on. Fire department. Let's see what's going on. But so anyway, you know, we got down there for the ceremony there, and you know, and I'll show parts of it here in the clip, but I think I was going to make a separate little video about that. But, you know, when you see them there and they're folding the flags, and you know, that's a flag for your father and a flag for your grandfather. That's really, oh, there's a helicopter there too. Somebody's hurt pretty bad. You know, it's really pretty touching to see. It's, yeah, it's really something. So I'll try to include someone. Now, you know what, I'll make that its own video and go from there. But we did that, and went out and ate again. That was one thing about my dad. He did like to go out to eat and everything there. You know, he was always more about celebrating things and feeling bad about things, which is a good way to look on life, for sure. But yeah, I've been up here now and back up in northern Minnesota for a week. I got to go spend time with my mom and my brother, you know, hoping to catch up with my kids there. But I said I am here during the week, so they're all out working and everything. But maybe tonight, you know, we'll get to go out and eat. I know everybody's trying to get everything together there. It's just crazy how busy life gets, you know, and you can be, you know, 10 miles, 15 miles apart, and it just seems like you can never ever make the connections to get together. So, but I do know as I get older, you realize it's really important to make time to make those connections. But, things just happen the way they are. So, wish we didn't have this car in front of us here. We could actually maybe take the ride a little bit more enjoyable, but with accident and everything around here, it's probably just best just to put along. But for you, it's probably not much of a view looking at the back of this vehicle the whole way down. You know what, maybe when we get up to one of these next little wayside rests here or whatever, I'll pull over and we can let some of these cars go by. But I used to come on this road a lot when I was younger. There's a little lake on here, Kramer Lake, that has trout in it, and one of my friends, we'd come up here and we'd go out there fishing. Boy, that was fun going out there. Yeah, a motorcycle. Yeah. Right through. Yeah, it kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop there when I started talking about with my dad and my grandpa there. You know, that's yeah, it gets you thinking about that. I don't really know what much to say about that here on YouTube and everything there. It's, you know, a lot of that stuff's, you know, your own personal feelings and what comes from deep down inside, you know. There's Surprise Lake. Here's Kramer Lake right here. This is where we used to go fishing, my friend Dave. It's a nice little trout lake there. Beautiful fish, clear water. If you ever get a chance to come up to northern Minnesota and go fishing, it's definitely worth the trip. You'll be amazed at the number of people you see. That person was just from Iowa right there. But you'll be surprised the number of people that have cabins up here in northern Minnesota that are from, like, say, Chicago or Milwaukee. A lot of these people that are around here aren't from around here. I know that Julia Roberts, she has a cabin on one of the lakes up here. I know that because we did the concrete work there at her house. And Tom Cruise, he's got a place down here, down south of here. So there are a lot of celebrities. They're up around here. It is a beautiful place to live and grow up. You kind of lose track of all that when you're around it all the time. You notice how pretty the lakes are and the different woods and everything around here. Orange Lake Road. Can't say I've ever been down there. But we're gonna head back on out, head back over to Ohio. I'll start heading out there tomorrow. It's supposed to rain, so that means I'll be running in rain most of the way, and hopefully I can outrun it. From what I see on the radar there, it looks like just a narrow band where I'll ride right through it and then get on the other side of it and ride it the rest of the way. But it's 1,030, 1,040 miles to get back home. I'm not going to do it in one day like I did last time on the Saddle Sore 1000. Break it up into 2 days and just make it a nice, enjoyable ride. I see online there, I see some of the people that did their ride, you know, and in late June they're starting to get their certificates from the Iron Butt Association, so I'm hoping to hear from mine here in the next week or so. That'll put it at whatever it's been 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago now that's been done. So they're pretty thorough in what they review. But that'll be nice to get done. The vest, another video I'll do coming up here is I have a vest coming. That's actually at the house in Ohio right now. And that one, and I ordered the patches and everything for that vest. We talked about that in a previous video about how, you know, putting all the different patches on there and what they're for. You know, Makes you think. Johnson Lake, I should live there. There are some lakes up here in northern Minnesota that sure have some funny names. Like there's Jack the Horse, and Big Dick Lake, Little Dick Lake. Had a different sense of humor back in the 1800s, I guess. Not too much further, and we'll be all these little bit of corners here, and then it'll just be the straight stretch coming back into Grand Rapids. So I won't film that and bore you guys with the straight thing coming through here. And I remember when I was growing up, when my brother and I, we used to come up this road on our bikes, motorcycles, and this was a real twisty, windy road. And, at least that's what it that's what it seemed like back then. And I don't know now, after living out in Ohio, and you go out and ride like the Tail of the Dragon, and you ride some of these other roads that are up around there. You can get into some real twisty, windy roads up there back into West Virginia and Pennsylvania when you get up into the mountains and everything there. There is definitely some different roads out there, but weird. But anyway, yeah, this one right here doesn't seem so bad after you've been on those ones. I shouldn't say bad, it just doesn't, the corners are pretty nice and sweeping, and it's a beautiful road. I just redid this one a year ago or 2 years ago. Yeah. But there is the whole camera section of Highway 38 south, all the way from Marcell back down to County Road 19. It's about a 12-mile stretch. So I think when I do the video, I'm just gonna put it on there the whole way through and let everybody have to deal with my rambling on and on, covering different topics there. But maybe the video will look good, and you can see the corners and some of the different things. We'll see how it all turns out, and I'll go from there. But I do hope to get back into the rhythm here of making more videos like I was before. I'd make 1 or 2 on the weekend. I can't really make them during the week because I travel so much for work. I don't really get much time to go out and ride or anything such as that. But yeah, I definitely want to get back into the habit of making some. I'm planning some trips out to Gettysburg. I want to go out there and see that Gettysburg battlefield. I'm also going to go down and go ride this train in Virginia. It's a coal steam train, so I thought that'd be pretty neat to ride that. It's one of the last functioning ones around there, and it takes you up to the top of the mountain, so I think that'll be pretty neat to do. Other than that, it's just a big push. I do find that things do appear to be picking up, I should say, as far as work goes, and just how busy the different communities and different places that I'm around seem to be getting. It does seem like things are picking up, and that is definitely a good thing. So now this car will get out of the way. But yeah, thank you everyone for taking time to watch the video. I sure do appreciate people watching. I get comments there. Again, I don't think I do too much interesting that to have people follow and watch. But hopefully, here in a little bit, like I said, to go into Gettysburg and some of those things will be pretty interesting to see. And I look forward to maybe putting together some nice videos for everybody to see some things. So thank you again for watching, and I will talk to you later.